What's up, guys? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? And welcome to Lunchtime in the Lab, #1 gambling podcast for quick picks. Live on YouTube, live on Twitter today as well. If you are seeing the show on Twitter and you like what you see, you win some bets today, certainly do me a favor. Come on over to YouTube. I'm going to pull it up right now so I can refresh you guys. I've been getting some subscribers. We are on our way. We're on our way to 1,000. You guys know I deserve it. 838 subscribers. Like I said, it certainly helps from doing those shorts that I've been doing. I don't know if you guys see it, but I mean, like, some only get like 10 views, and then some have like, I have one that's got like almost 10,000. Just literally just taking NBA highlights and just throwing it into shorts and putting it in there, and hoping that some of those people then end up watching, the videos. All I can try for, shoot for, whatever. So do me a favor though. Well, first off, come on and say hi. In the chat here, if you're watching on Twitter, I can see it as well as I can in YouTube. I can pull it up on the screen and everything, and help answer some questions if you guys have anything particular. I like to build a home run lotto as well at the end, so we could try to put that together. And I got the 3 plays as usual. What's up, Big E? So I will say, wife is home, working from home today. Normally she works from home on Thursdays and Fridays, so the show normally gets pushed back. But anyway, like, she's got something going on like right now. I locked my son in his room. He normally comes in and visits, so I kind of got to keep an ear out because she's only been on this job for like 3 weeks, a month, or something like that. So I don't want the kids bothering her when she's trying to have this meeting with her boss or whatever. So I'm kind of listening to that. If I hear some banging and screaming going on, I gotta go intervene and get him and get him quiet or whatever. FYI, what's up, Kyler? All right, I don't have my normal notes pulled up here, so I actually don't know what we were on last week, so we won't even worry about it. We're gonna get into the plays here today. I feel like I had something to say. I don't remember. I'll tell you what, I feel good about today. It was really nice to be on some UFL, some football last this week. I went 3-0 in player props. Tying myself on the UFL gambling podcast we have, the Boys of Spring. Man, we keep going 3-1 on our 4-leg parlays. Super frustrating. We even joked that we got to hedge the last leg, before we even got to the games, and of course it was the last leg that got us. That's what keeps happening, unfortunately. But really good signs that, we've been able to cook up. I've been doing really well just in player props and the United Football League. It was nice to go 3-0 there. It's a great sign to be excited for some college football and NFL that's going to be ahead of us and everything. Even the Canadian Football League, we'll be betting on the Canadian Football League. What's up, TJ? Chad Kelly though got suspended for inappropriate advances or something like that to his female weight trainer or something like that. I forget what it was, but he's like the Patrick Mahomes of the Canadian Football League, and he's like suspended for the whole year. Kyler, speaking of baseball, I'm pulling that up right now. I don't know. They've been sucking, man. Like, they're not dropping lines until like pretty much the games start. There's no lines up right now. It's Monday, so there's not going to be much. Man, I complained about the other day, like, if you guys have been around, like, Jamie Arnold threw 17 strikeouts, lost 0-1. Trey Savage lost, like, all these aces. It's just all of a sudden it's felt weird. And like, this is my first year that I've like actually paid attention to college baseball. I kind of hopped on it during the All-Star break at NBA. I was like, what am I going to bet on? I was like, oh, college baseball is here. And that's how that went or whatever. And this is the first year. I don't know. I mean, if you guys are educated on it, certainly let me know or DM me or whatever. But like, our team's going to start backing off. I don't even know how the playoffs work, to be completely honest with you. Like, implications of some certain games. I don't know if they're going to be resting players for the playoffs. So we're at that time. I will say, speaking of new leagues, the WNBA starts tomorrow. Man, it sucks to bet on just like college baseball, because like you can't same game parlay stuff in WNBA. So that kind of sucks, but they normally do give you some, like, a FanDuel is always given like a boost for WNBA or something like that. So that's nice. I'm not like awesome at it, but I tell you, like I did put together, like I was hitting some good, like I was hitting four legs all the time. I didn't do it officially in the old Discord, but I was just kind of in the chat and stuff, and people were like, "Hey, what you playing or whatever." Um, I, I, um, I probably won't run like anything straight. Like I don't know it like that. I know of Caitlin Clark and the chick that shot the threes contest from what she play on the Liberty. Ionesca or something like that. Like I don't know him like that, but once like there's some stats and stuff, then I think I'll be able to kind of look into it, and maybe we'll have some straights for that. Looking on Outlier here real quick, I don't know if they have they actually do have WNBA. There's actually there must be some props up here, so that's kind of nice. You can see like Jewel Lloyd has got a line in 19. She's hit this in 9 straight games. Like WNBA can be pretty profitable. Like I'm gonna have to be probably a statistics type. She's hit this in 5 straight games and you know this many away games or whatever. But shoot, I'm sure I can figure out a way to work some WNBA tomorrow. Probably, like I said, probably not like an official like, hey, like we're gonna put like this is one of our for sure plays today, but um, look, I'm a little excited to bet on it, to be honest. All right, anyway, let's get into it. Yeah, TJ. I mean, yeah, because Alan from the other show, he's pretty good at it. I might be more profitable. I wonder. He's pretty dang good at it, though. I know that. All right, let's go ahead and get into it, though, here, guys. 3 plays for today. Before we do it, I get asked all the time about the early up promo. I would be leaning towards the Guardians today. In fact, I mean that might be a play of mine. I'm in this like trying to figure out once again what I want to do. I have 2 pitcher props for today's show that are 100% going to be Discord plays today. So if you're in the Discord, that's coming for you. And then we also have I got some money lines that I think I like. Some of those I can take 2 teams that and give them a plus 1.5 that are favored right now. Get it for minus 110, lay 1.1 on it. I'm cool with that. Chuck, the alt run line, MLB Builder yesterday. Yeah, that was pretty. I don't know if that's something you said. I did one where it was like, this team just scored 2 runs or 3 runs and first 5 to go over this or that. I was on the Pirates yesterday. Man, baseball is so frustrating. Like Kyle Hendricks finally came back. If we would have had a podcast yesterday, we would have been on Kyle Hendricks. We talk about Kyle Hendricks all the time. Kyle Hendricks came back, and I mean, he pitched really well. It was against the Pirates, of course. So I mean, that it was probably silly being on against the Pirates. But Alek Manoah pitched. He pitched great until he gave up a 3-run home run. I faded him. I faded both of those pitchers. Both of them came through, unfortunately. So pretty frustrating. That's just the way the MLB is. It's just so frustrating. Like no matter what the stats say, like anything can happen. And I guess that's exciting for a sport. But anyway, I don't really have an overly safe. I normally say, oh, well, actually, I never finished. I would lean Guardians up 2 on the early up promo. You got Tanner Beebe pitching. At home, he's got an 8+ ERA, but away, he rocks a 2.11. In his last 3 away starts, he's actually given up, he went 7 innings, no runs, 5 1-run, and 5 no runs. So he's had in his last 17 innings pitched away, he's given up just 1 run. Yeah, TJ, Sunday baseball is horrendous. It's getting to the point that I don't even want to bet on Sunday baseball. I ended up actually going 3 for 3 yesterday. So I was down 0.25 units. So I mean, I certainly can't complain about it. But what could have been? I mean, missing some of these those plays that should have hit. Michael Lawrenson in his one home start this year gave up 5 to the Reds. We talk about how the Reds are a weak team. He gave up 5 runs to the Reds, and he's coming off an outing against Oakland where he just gave up 6 runs against Oakland. We were on the over. I don't remember if you guys were, but for the Discord, we were on Michael Lawrenson on the over outs, and he actually got that. I pitched 107 innings in that last outing, or pitches in the last outing. So anyway, Guardians early up. You're looking at minus 108. So good value there. The away team, they can jump on them. But like I said, the Guardians pitcher has been phenomenal away in his last 3 starts. Does that continue? I don't know. It's certainly just something to talk about, something worth noting. Like I said, I don't know if it's going to be something official for me. I have, 1, 2 units planned. I got a 2-leg money line parlay that I like. That's 3 units. If I went early up, that's 4 units. Call it a day. Hope to go 2-2 and just break even. Wash your hands and move on. Working on a what the hell is it called? A collab, like a Twitter collab or whatever, with somebody in the space too. So we'll have a little bit of a lotto. So make sure you follow me at Live Joe Bets. We'll get into that. But anyhow, what are you guys saying here? Big E, lots of good looks in MLB today. Manaea under 16.5. Agree. I think he gets lit up. Phillies have the benefit of playing. This is now their third lefty in a row. Philly's first 5 team total over 1.5 minus 140, if I'm not mistaken. Honestly, a pretty good look. But I don't know. It's just let me actually pull that back up again. If I was putting together like a little like lean type lotto, that would certainly make it. Where is it? It's for Philly's first 5 team total over 1.5 minus 140. Seems like a great play, to be honest. Yamamoto pitches away very well. Pitches very well away. Has struggled at home, so that's a good look. Cutter Crawford over 4.5. I hate K props, so I couldn't be able to tell you about that one. TJ has hit a hits parlay 3 days in a row now, running it back, starting to grasp these players who are getting hot. Vlad and Connor Joe. Yeah, I wish I could do some hit. I was actually pretty solid at little like 2-leg hit builders. Kind of fell apart. Not really falling apart. I just really haven't taken off for the MLB, but I really wanted to see just some constant good weather and see these guys just get into form. Realistically, what are we like 6 weeks into the MLB season? We got a long way ahead. I'm going to be betting on the MLB all the way until week 0 of college football, and then MLB will be dead to me. So I still have 3 solid months of MLB betting. So plenty of time to, get into that stuff. Anyway, the early up promo would, for me, once again, not official, just something I would recommend. I would lean Guardians with it. I get DMs about it pretty often about what I'm thinking about that one. In terms of a safe 2-leg money line, you almost got to think, it's square, but you got to think Dodgers. You got to think Padres. We'll talk about the Padres here in a second as a play. But Yamamoto pitching away has been fantastic. I don't know. I actually think I made a little note about it because some splits were good. I have it in here somewhere, I think, about him. But he like I said, pitches really well away. Hicks, Giants offense just really has been pretty stagnant. Nothing anemic, I guess you can say. Nothing special realistically. And then we'll talk about the Padres in a second, but Dakota Hudson is not, very good, obviously. So let's get into it. First play today. I guess it's dang group chat. I swear I've muted this group chat on my iPhone, and I just keep getting texts, and I'm constantly paying attention to it with the 10 cappers or so that are in the thing here. Speaking of the Discord, just real quick, shameless plug, link in the bottom. Check it out. All code. Well, actually, I got a better one. It's 30%. Capital May, all caps, May 30% off on the Discord. You get the same information. Obviously, we're not interested in doing it. Some people don't mind paying for a little bit of the insight. Some people want it free like this. Like I said, there is literally no way. The only reason that I got into this is because I heard of a guy. I signed up for his Discord. I ended up getting in and giving plays in there, and that's how I got into the business. Anyway, solid dudes in there. Check it out. First play today is going to be, I got some graphs. We got some 2-player props. Colin Ray, over 15.5 outs, minus 115. Looking at the graph here, he's hit this in every home game this year, going 18 outs in every game. That's meaning he's pitched into the 6th and through the 6th inning. He is over this in general in 4 of 7 if you look at home and away. The Pirates are the worst team against right-handed pitchers in the league in terms of batting average with a .214, and they're the 5th worst on base percentage team as well. Colin Ray has pitched 3.56 pitch per plate appearance, which is the 2nd best in the league behind possibly Zach Wheeler, if I'm not mistaken. I think Zach Wheeler was the guy. What that means is though that he should throw less pitches per plate appearance per batter faced, which allows him to have the ability to go deeper into because it's all about pitch count, guys. Yesterday I was on Kyle Harrison. I think his name is. Sometimes I get these first names mixed up. But the pitcher for the Giants, and he had a 30 pitch first inning. Then he had a 20 pitch second inning, and then he settled down. But we were at 89 pitches come the end of the fifth inning. I needed him for 15 and a half. We got hooked because he didn't make it into the sixth inning. If he would have calmed down and had had a better first inning or whatever, it's all about how many pitches he's throwing. If we can get a first pitch ground out, pop out, 3-pitch strikeout, that kind of thing. Obviously, walks are terrible. Like a full count walk is, what is that? That's 8 pitches right there, if I'm not mistaken. No, that's 7 pitches if there's not any foul balls in it. We don't want that kind of stuff. But like I said, we have a guy that's throwing less than 4 pitches per batter when he faces them. So that's a pretty good advantage there. Brewers also used 7 bullpen arms in their last 2 games. So they need him to go deep here. Honestly, like every time I feel really good about a play, it's the MLB. Anything could happen. I would certainly never hammer a bet. You'll find me in the NFL unloading, like betting way too much. If I've got $100 unit, I might be betting $500 on the play because I feel comfortable in it. The MLB, literally anything can happen. And unfortunately, I just can't pull the trigger like that because you just don't know. Anyway, first play, Colin Ray, over 15 and a half outs. Yeah, it is 6, TJ. I had to do that math in my head just then. Appreciate you as always with the calculator. Anyway, I like it a lot, guys. He's gone 18 in 3 straight games at home here. This Pirates offense obviously came alive a little bit against the Cubs, but they're known to have the Cubs and the Pirates are known to have a pretty over type series for whatever reason. I think the Pirates come back down, although they didn't score much, yesterday. I think Colin Ray does a good job of shutting them down. I also think I would certainly lean Brewers money line here too, just based off the better pitcher. In fact, it will be some sort of play more than likely for me in the Discord. If I'm not mistaken, Mitch Keller is like very bad against the Brewers. I'm not going to pull it up because it's unrelated to the podcast play here. But he might be like 0-5 and like 8 starts with like a horrendous ERA or something like that. Has really struggled against the Brewers. So anyway, though, like I said, unrelated to this play, Colin Ray over 15 and a half outs. He's gone 18 in 3 straight home games. We need him to pitch 1 out into the 6th inning. He can get into the 6th inning, get us 1 out, and we're going to be good. We just have to obviously avoid any nasty, walks or multiple walks or, a bad inning or 2 or something like that, and we'll be good. If the Brewers, and it especially will be nice because I do think the Brewers are going to be able to score here, which will give him a longer leash if his team is up, if he does happen to get into any trouble or anything like that. Second play, going with another one, Jordan Montgomery over 17 and a half outs. This one is actually, it's come down actually. So people must be coming in on the under. This was minus 170 when I looked today. It's minus 150. So what we're going to do then, I'm going to take Jordan Montgomery, and you guys can use whatever juice reducer you like to use. But I like Dakota Hudson to not record a win. That's minus 475. It's going to pull you down to plus 101 if you're taking it on DraftKings. This is a plus 101 if you put Dakota Hudson to not record a win. The man is 0-6 and hasn't really even come close to winning any of his starts. So I feel good about it. Once again, we will have a play on the Padres here in a second, so I can talk more about Dakota Hudson in a second. But we're talking about Jordan Montgomery right now. If you look at the draft here, he has the graph. He has pitched just 4 times this year, but he's over in 3 of 4 starts. The one miss that he had, he got just smashed against the Dodgers. But as we talk about, the Dodgers on paper and more than likely is the best lineup in baseball. He then bounced back against the same team that he's facing today, the Reds. He went 7 full innings with 21 outs. You can see he's gone 21 in 2 of the 4. So, half the time here, we need him to go a full 6 innings. So into let's see. I'm trying to think. I get confused with it sometimes. So yes, he needs to pitch all 3 outs in the 6th inning. Let me go. Shit, my wife just texted me. Give me just like 45 seconds. I need to go open up the door so my son can get out. You gotta come in here. What's wrong? Why are you crying? Okay, we have to be quiet though. Okay, mom's trying to work. Come and sit down. Come sit down. We're here. Sit down with me. All right, guys. Sorry. Wife's out there talking to her boss, and come on, sit over here. Okay. All right. Yep. Just hang out. Okay, I'm back. What were we saying? So careful, dude. Jordan Montgomery over 17.5. Hudson not to win. It's also worth noting that he is 3-3 away and 0-1 at home. Sawyer, you have to stay in here, buddy. Come here. Sawyer, mom. I know, mom's trying to work. Sawyer, sit down. You gotta hang out in here. All right, sorry guys, hold on. Sawyer, hush. What do you want to watch on YouTube? Come here. What do you want to watch on YouTube? Get out, Daddy. Sorry, stop, buddy. Here. Kids. This is like the worst time it's been for the show. Come here. Can you watch this? Okay. Let's turn it down a little bit so not everybody hears it, okay? There. Can you watch that and be quiet? Okay. All right. Anyway, so he's 3-for-3 away. So he's going back to home. He got blown up at home against the Dodgers. So we don't know if maybe he's one of these guys that's going to pitch better away than he is at home. You know, the Diamondbacks have a big outfield. There's a lot of room for the ball, you know, to drop, all that stuff. You know, more room for extra base hits where home runs, you know, don't come in, you know, as easily or whatever. So if we were away, we'd be sitting at 3. Dude, what? Then stop hitting buttons. Oh my God. Here, don't touch it. Anyway, I'm getting frustrated, but he's 3-for-3 away, 0-1 at home. So we will certainly know that if he comes out and he just sucks, then it's like we don't back Montgomery at home. You know what I'm saying? So we'll certainly learn that if he gets blown up here. And we're eating, you know, we're playing a minus 150 here, whatever. But I mean, the books certainly think he's going to go over. Oh, and then here's a note that I have. Just like Yamamoto, you look at his road versus home splits, he would definitely lead the Dodgers, you know, because of how well I would lean the Dodgers because I already said that. I don't know why it's on there. The Reds have the 5th lowest batting average against left-handed pitchers, though, so we do have a nice little advantage here. The Reds certainly do struggle against lefties. 5th lowest batting average with a .214, and they strike out the 6th most with 112 strikeouts versus a lefty, and they're in the bottom half of the on-base percentage versus a lefty. So, you know, and if you take it a bit further, if you look at them away, they actually have the 6th lowest on-base percentage and the 3rd lowest batting average. So there really is just a lot of things. And the Reds have just struggled, you know, hitting. Talking about being on Harrison the other day, you know, he couldn't find the strike zone, just walking them, literally hitting them, hit by pitches, everything like that, wild pitches. I mean, just stupid stuff. I think Montgomery is certainly going to look better. Like I said, he's 3-for-4. The one time he got banged up against the Dodgers, which is the best lineup, and he's facing the Reds, who are terrible away. They're terrible against lefties, all of that stuff, you know. It's a good look, you know. I think what I know. Yeah, you have that same Jeep. Good job. Yeah, good job. All right, third play. Before we get into the third play, as usual, guys, do me a favor, like the video, subscribe, you know, all that stuff. If you're watching on Twitter, come on over and come on over and subscribe to YouTube at Lunchtime in the Lab, or just search Lunchtime in the Lab. It'll be there. I think what did I say? About 15 people away from 850. Before we know it, we're 150 away from 1,000. And very, very quickly here, hopefully we're going to be in the countdown of our last 100 to reach our first 1,000 subscribers. And hopefully I can have that moment where I can hopefully I have a moment where I have a tweet from like 2 years ago and I'm celebrating 250 followers, and I said something like, hey, I know 250 is not a lot, but sit back and watch me work, or something like that. And then fast forward, 2 years later, I've got 23,000 followers or something like that. So it'll be really cool to celebrate 1,000 and maybe be able to look back and when we have 10,000, who knows? Who knows? Maybe we'll have a ton. All right, Mario. Yeah, he's settled now. I finally got him. If you would learn to just not touch the screen, YouTube will stay up on the phone for him. Yeah, Marcus, I see it. Just got back. My connection was bad. You like a 2-leg money line today? Yeah, I think I do like Chiefs, if I'm not mistaken. At least I like some of the plays that he had. I don't have anything like official. Like I said, I would probably think Dodgers and Padres isn't a bad look where you were on it or whatever. But I have one where in the Discord, Marcus, I know you're in. I think I'm gonna run two favorites as a +1.5 just to get some insurance, and it comes out to like -110. So we'll play a little bit of juice on it, but just as a little bit of a safe type play. And then it'll allow us to possibly play like that late Dodgers and Padres or whatever. Yeah, honestly, I told my wife that. I told her that I wanted to like kind of get him like involved or something, but yeah, it's all good. You want to make it bigger? How'd you do that? Here, quit touching things. I don't know, like, oh, Jesus Christ, and he falls off the chair, hits his head on the bed. Are you good? Yeah. All right, please just sit down. But I mean, like, we gotta go to speech here in an hour. Like, I mean, he talks pretty well, but not to the point where I could get him to actually say a sentence. You know what I'm saying? Like, to where it actually makes sense. We're getting there though. Hopefully in the next, few months or something like that. I was thinking about, I told my wife, I was like, I'll make him TikTok famous. And of course I'll be like, who do you like today? The Padres or the Rockies? And we'll be like, Padres run line, Speaking of that, where's my button? Speaking of that, third play is the Padres run line -1.5, -102 or so right now. I'm sure you might be able to find it even money if you kind of look around for it. The Rockies have Dakota Hudson going. So like I said, with the Jordan Montgomery play, we're going to play Jordan Montgomery's outs over 17.5 and Dakota Hudson to not win. So that realistically, that's a DraftKings play. If you're playing Jordan Montgomery outs on FanDuel, let me get on here and see what it is on FanDuel, the odds. It's actually only -140. So it's -140 on FanDuel. You very easily could turn around and take the Dodgers at plus like 2.5 or plus 3.5 or something like that to be able to pull it down to something manageable, to get it down to the 115 -120 range or something like that. Like I said, I like the Dakota Hudson option because I think the Padres win this game, and the dude hasn't even sniffed a win. Like I said, he's 0-6 with a 6.35 ERA. The lowest amount of runs he's given up in a start has been 2. He just faced this Padres lineup April 26th and only went 3 innings pitched and gave up 6 hits and 6 runs against them. The Padres have Randy Vasquez going, which doesn't make me feel any better, to be honest. If Dylan Cease was pitching or something like this, it'd be like a -300 or something like that. Petco Park is certainly a pitcher-friendly park, so that's good. That's on our side, I guess. You also have a decrease in home run chance and everything like that as well. Just watch me on that. And but dude, hush. What does it matter? You're watching one. I'm almost done. He hasn't been the best. 4.5 ERA, 0-1 record. He actually got banged up against the Rockies too. Not in the same game, but against the Rockies on 425, he had 4 runs in just 2 innings. So he got messed up. That was at the Rockies Stadium, though, which obviously we know the ball flies out. The Rockies are not very good away. I don't have a record pulled up or anything like that, but I would certainly imagine they're scoring more runs at home than they are away. Hudson has had a bad record, home or away. It doesn't matter. He's still got the bad ERA all over the place. The Padres also have the highest batting average in the league against right-handed starting pitchers, so we certainly have an advantage there. And not a ton to say. I think it's a spot where the Padres should be able to outrun. Padres should be able to outgun the Rockies, and Vasquez I don't think shuts them down, but I think the Padres are going to be able to just purely just be able to score more runs than them. If we get a 6-4 game or something like that, I mean, we'll certainly be looking good. We actually have a total of 8 as well, which I think that is probably due to those park factors. We got whatever the weather they have going on, and like I said, it's a pitcher's park to begin with. I feel comfortable with the -1.5. I certainly like them on the money line as well, but I think they get it done by two or more runs here. As the Padres are a pretty powerful lineup, and I like these guys to hit. They've been hitting really well. You're seeing guys hit home runs that like it's not even your regular guys. I mean, Cronenworth's getting in there. That Campusano or whatever dude's been hitting home runs. So they've been doing pretty good. Quit touching whatever button you're touching. There. Just don't touch it. Just hold it. All right, recap for today on an adventurous lunchtime in the lab. May 13th. It's actually my younger brother's birthday today. I got to make sure I text him, but he sleeps until 4 literally ever. I'm trying to take him to sushi on Wednesday, and he's like, well, yeah, let me sleep in. Can we go at like 3? And I was like, what? Sleeping in? I would have been up since 7 o'clock. Anyway, first play is going to be Colin Ray over 15.5 outs. Second play is Jordan Montgomery over 17.5 outs plus Dakota Hudson to not win, or depending on what book you're playing it at, just take one of these teams like your Dodgers or your Padres and give them like 2 or 3 runs, something, overly safe, or what, if you don't mind, just play the juice, and obviously just win a little less, but it's obviously the more legs or the more we certainly have the chance that Dakota Hudson comes in and gets a win. I just it's a lot harder for them to not do something than for them to do something. I mean, that's why I've even been thinking about taking like under total bases. If you really think about it, like, there you could get a hit, you can get on base, like they could get walked, hit by pitch. That doesn't count towards a hit. A sac fly, if there's somebody on, they could, get a sac fly, they can get a fielder's choice. Or they can get an error. There's all these things that that only count as, against a hit or whatever. Just like if you take something not to happen, he could get hurt. He could only go 4 innings. It could be tied when he goes out. It could also be winning, and then the bullpen gives it up and he doesn't get a win. There's a lot of things that can happen for him to not get a win than to bet him to obviously get a win, which I'm sure is the odds are like plus 300 or something crazy like that. So those are the 3 plays. Feel really good about the player props. Like the -1.5 too. Obviously like the money line more, but I'm not going to give you a -200 money line or anything like that. So feeling good about those 3 plays. Home run wise here, real quick, if you guys want to chat about it. I have 3 pulled up. If you guys have, but once again, it's just we don't have really good weather today, so I don't think there's going to be a ton of home runs. Home runs have been down, I believe, too, here, just because the weather hasn't been fantastic. But I would think that I have Gunnar Henderson written down against Jose Barrios. I really like the Orioles against the Blue Jays in this one. Gunner's had 7 of his 9 home runs, if I'm not mistaken, have been against a right-handed pitcher. I feel good about the Orioles getting to him today. And let's see, the next game, I was thinking that I liked somebody in the Guardians and the Rangers because it's a dome. We don't have to worry about that bad weather or anything like that. It's a pretty neutral type environment. I had Josh Naylor just because the dude's been hitting, dude, it's a home run or nothing, or double or nothing. Plus 430 on that one. Mountcastle. I was looking at, if you look at batter versus pitcher against Jose, James McCann has 4, but Mountcastle actually has 2, but he bats 125 against the Blue Jays. So go with Mom. Go. You can watch it later. He bats only .125 against the Blue Jays. So that's rough. But he does hit home runs. 2 home runs against them. I think that's why after, Gunnar, who, I mean, he only bats 200. Adley against Jose, 2 doubles, 7 singles, a home run, has not struck out against Jose Barrios. Like, I'm putting together this like little lotto, like I said, for a collab. Like, Adley total bases is probably the move. I also like William Contreras, the one that didn't break his arm. William Contreras and Adley. Uh, Adley Rutschman. Like both of those guys for total bases, I think. Anyway, I just think Gunner's been hitting righties really well. So that was the reason with that one. TJ says Tatis. I had Machado written down. So I mean, we're on the same page with that one. Let's see if we got Machado has hit 2 home runs. Machado bats 500 against Dakota Hudson. Dakota Hudson has not struck out against them. Has 3 singles, 2 home runs, bats 500. Tatis bats 375, has struck out twice, has got a double, 2 singles. However, he has not hit a home run against them. Tatis for total bases might be another good one too. So we could chat about it, or we can go like a, what do I call it, a dictatorship. What was I gonna look at? I wanted to look at Adley. I accidentally had this WNBA pulled up, and I keep wanting to look at it. I think I'm interested in betting it tomorrow. Adley hasn't been like really hot though for his like total bases. I mean, he had 4 just yesterday, but he hasn't really done much since then. Home versus away, not really that good either. I don't know if I love that anymore. All right. Anyway, let's just run. We'll run what I brought in, since I just like the batter versus pitcher history better over Machado over Tatis. It's a big one though. It's not going to hit this big, but I mean, you never know. Gunnar Henderson plus 400, Josh Naylor plus 430, and Manny Machado plus 520 comes up to plus 16, 330. That's what we'll run today. That way, just get me out of here. Getting back to this kid, and we got to leave actually for day or whatchamacallit, speech here pretty soon. My whole freaking arm falling out. All right, that's all I got. If you're watching on Twitter, you watched it this far, or like I said in the beginning, whatever, you like the show, you're interested, not, look, I very rarely do I have to run away from the camera or, fighting with the kid or whatever. It doesn't happen often, but if you're interested in it, come on over, check me out on, YouTube here at Lunchtime in the Lab. And I think that's all I got for you guys, and we'll plan on seeing you back. Let's see. Yeah, tomorrow at 11:30. The only delay I think would be, into maybe Friday when she's home and she ends up doing training. It always seems to be at 11:30 until noon or something. But anyhow, I'll catch you guys tomorrow at 11:30. Let's try to hit this home run lotto and see what we can do to get ourselves a winning day, get on track with it, and go on a streak here in the MLB. But we'll catch you guys. And if you're in the Discord, I'm going to be working on dropping plays here very shortly. Oh, there's also a boost builder play for FanDuel that I like to do, like a hitter prop, like take a person in every single game to get a hit. I'm a big fan of doing that. We've come pretty dang close in them, so we'll certainly do that as well. But I appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys back tomorrow at 11:30.